Hello dear students, welcome to my another class on preposition, and today I am going to discuss the rest of the parts of our selected topic, comparative study of different prepositions. Okay, today I will show you the rest of the parts, and in this class you will get more information on preposition, and I think that this will be a great help on the way to your taking preparation for the coming examination. Okay, dear students, no more talking. Now let us see what is waiting for you. Okay, our today's class begins with the number 9, and let us see what is on the number 9. Okay, we see two prepositions here. Please notice number 9. Underneath, beneath. The two preposition gives the same type. Two preposition give the same type of meaning. Okay, but there is a little differences between two prepositions. Okay, now we can see. Now we have to see what are the differences between underneath and beneath. That is to say that when we have to use underneath and when we have to use beneath. Okay, let us see the examples. Okay, number 1 example. He pushed the newspaper under the door. Okay, what does it mean? What does it mean? He pushed the newspaper under the door. There are green fields beneath the hills. So what are the differences? Please notice. He pushed the newspaper underneath the door. That is, when anybody push anything under anything, okay? When anybody forcibly push anything under anything, and in that case we should use underneath. And we know that there is some hollow places. There is a little hollow place under the door. So when anybody pushes something under that way, that hollow places, through that hollow places, in that case we have to use underneath. Okay, and when we have to use beneath, there are green fields beneath the hills. That is, when anything lays close to anything. That is, in Bengali meaning, it means padodeshe. There are green fields beneath the hills. That means পাহাড়ের পাদদেশে কিছু সবুজ ভূমি রয়েছে। পাহাড়ের পাদদেশে কিছু সবুজ ভূমি রয়েছে। That means beneath the hills there are green fields. That is, the green fields are adjacent to the hills. The green fields are close to the hills. So for this reason, when this kind of meaning signifies, then we have to use beneath. And when we push anything, when somebody pushes anything under anything, then in that case we have to use underneath. I think you have understood clearly. Okay. Next number 10. Please follow. For, since, from. There are three prepositions here. For, since, from. Now we have to know when we should use for, when we should use since, and when we should use from. Okay, there are some formulas here you should follow. In case of for plus number plus time, please try to memorize the formula. Okay, for plus number plus time, and the example is we have been reading for 2 hours. Okay, here we see that for 2 is a number, time, hours is the time. So for this reason, this is the formula in case of for plus number plus time. Okay, next comes since plus time. Since plus, at the time of using since, you have to follow this rule. You have to follow this formula. Since plus only time. After since there is no number. We should not use any number after since. So for this reason, the since only takes time related words after it. Okay. He has been working since morning. Okay. you see that since plus only time related word morning. So after since we can't use any number. So the word since only takes the time related word. Okay. Now comes, please follow the next number. Now comes the use of from. When, how to use from? Okay. From plus time plus 2 oblique till plus time. Okay, there is a formula for using from. From plus time plus 2 oblique until plus time. Okay. Now let us see the example. Please follow. He works from 8 o'clock till 1 o'clock without break. So here we should notice that from the word from, a time comes. Okay. 8 o'clock, this is the time. Then comes 2 or till, okay, till 1. This is time, 1 o'clock without update. So if we analyze the sentence, we get this formula. Okay, now another example. Moni lived in England from 2006 to 2010. Okay. Here we also see the formula close to this. Okay, formula is related to using from plus time 2006 to another time related word 2010. Okay. So you have to memorize these formulas. Okay. And this is a very, very important preposition for you. In English, we have to write so many sentences. We see so many sentences using this category, using this formula. So remembering or memorizing this formula is very important for you. Okay, dear students, now I am going to number 11. Okay, on time, in time. This is a very, very important preposition, I think. In every admission test, not only in admission test, but also in any competitive exams. Okay? But also in any competitive exam, the competitors has to face this using of preposition on time, in time. Okay, now let us see. When we have to use on time, when we have to use in time. When in will come before time, when on will come before time. Okay. At first we should notice the example. The Viva Voce will be started on time. That is here is the indication. I have given an indication. Exact time. When anything starts at the right time or exact time. When anything starts at right time or at exact time, then we should use on time. Okay? The president came in time. Here is the indication for you. Before the exact time. If anybody starts or if anybody arrives any place before the exact time, not at exact time, before the exact time, it may be 5 minutes ago, it may be 1 hour ago, it may be 10 minutes ago, not at exact time. So in that case, you have to use in time. Okay, dear students, I think you have understood the differences between on time and in time. Okay, now we are going to number 12. Except, without. These two prepositions give the same meaning. Bengali meaning is the same. Betito, without, betito, sara. But there is a difference at the time of using in a sentence. So we have to remember, you have to notice the differences of using these two prepositions. Okay. There is a formula, there is a rule for you. Except plus person. Except plus person without plus thing. So here we can say that after the word except, we have to use person. After the word without, we have to use thing. Okay. Let us notice the example. Okay. everyone attended the party except Ipsita. Okay, Ipsita is the name of one person. So for this reason, after the word except, we have used, this is a person. Ipsita is a person. Okay. Please notice the example. Person. But in the next number, I take tea without sugar. I take tea without sugar. Sugar is a one kind of thing, you know. So, if we use except, we have to use person after the word except. If we use without, the word will be a thing, not the person. So this is the formula at the time of using except and without. And you have to remember it very clearly. You have to memorize it very clearly. Okay? Dear students, now let us go to number 13. And in number 13 we see two words, with a view to, in order to. With a view to, in order to. These two prepositions give the same meaning. These two prepositions also give the same meaning. But there is a little difference between these two prepositions at the time of using. Okay. After with a view to, we have to use verb plus ing. That is, we have to add ing after the verb. But after in order to, we have to use the base form or present form. That means verb 1. Okay. Please notice the example. They came with a view to meeting me. Here we see verb plus ing, meeting. But in another example, we eat in order to live. And here we see the present form, that is the verb 1 after in order to. So, you should remember that after in order to, you have to use the present form, and after the word with a view to, you have to use verb plus ing. So, dear students, I think that you have understood clearly, and now I will go back to number 14. Okay? Okay, dear students, now I am going to discuss the number 14. And in 14 number we see two prepositions. Okay, please follow. For, at. So at the time of using these two prepositions related to price, you have to be very careful. And here is a formula. Please follow the formula. For plus number plus taka oblique dollar oblique rupee. Okay. If you want to use for, you have to follow this formula. You have to follow this formula. So we notice the example, please. I bought it for 50 taka. Okay, after for we see the number 50. Then comes taka, dollar, rupee, etc. So at the time of using for, we have to use this formula. Okay. Then comes, please notice, at. Here we see at plus only price. After the word at, there will be no number. Okay. Example, please. I can't buy it at such a high price. I can't buy it such a high price. Here we see that after the word at, there is no number, only the price. But after the word for, there is a number 50, then taka, dollar, rupee, etc. So at the time of using these two prepositions, you have to remember or follow these formulas. Okay. Yes, now I am going to number 15. Okay, here we see two words, true or past. It is related to time. When we have to use to and when we have to use past. Okay, there is also formula here. There are also formulas here. Minutes plus 2 plus hour. At the time of using 2, minutes plus 2 plus hour. Here is an example, please follow. It is 10 minutes to 10. What does it mean? It is 10 minutes to 10. It means that the clock has not yet started 10. That is to say that 10 minutes remain. 10 minutes yet remain to reach the time to reach the hour 10. So 10 minutes also will be needed to reach the hour 10. So for this reason, at the time of using to, we should use this formula. Okay. Then comes past. Past plus hour. Here is an example, please. It is 10:30. What does it mean? It means that after 10, half an hour has already passed. Half an hour has already passed. Half an hour is not remained. Half an hour has already passed. So, at the time of using past, we have to or you have to use this formula. Okay? Dear students, now I am going to number 16. In, on. And just for your kind information, I have written staying in a vehicle. When we have to use in, when we have to use on before the vehicle by which we travel. Okay. Here is an example, please. He is on the train, oblique on the bus. Why we have used here on? The reason is that in the train or in the bus, movement is possible. That is to say that if movement is possible in a vehicle, if we find a hollow place where we can walk or move easily, we can use on before that vehicle. So in a train, in a bus, we can move easily from one place to another. So we have to use on before the train or the bus. Another example, she was in a cab or rickshaw. We can't move, we can't use, we cannot go one place to from one place to another in a rickshaw or in a cab. So for this reason, before rickshaw or before cab, we have to use in. So dear students, I think that it is clear to you that if movement is possible, then we have to use on before that vehicle. And if movement is impossible, that is, if movement is not possible, we have to use in before that vehicle. Okay? I think it is clear to you. Okay. Next number 17. Over phone, by phone. This is a very important preposition for you. When we have to use over, when we have to use by before phone. Now it is the time of mobile phone. Now it is the time of communication. Now it is the age of communication. So we have to use repeatedly. We have to communicate with others by phone or by mobile phone. Okay. So we should know it very clearly. Okay. Let us see the formula. Over equal to exchanging information. And here is an example, please. I got the news of his father's death over phone. So we see that at the time of exchanging information, only at the time of exchanging information, we should use or we can use over before phone or telephone or mobile phone. Okay? But another formula, by equal to only for communication. Here is an example. Rumi contacted me by phone. So, at the time of only communication, we should use by before the word phone, mobile phone, etc. And at the time of exchanging information, we have to use over. So dear students, I think that it is very much clear to you. And now I am going to another number. Okay dear students, now I am going to discuss the number 18. Okay, what we see in the number 18? We see two prepositions, along, across. Okay, now we should know, we have to know when we should use along, when we have to use across. Okay, at first we should notice the example. Go along this road. What does it mean? Along indicates only the way. If anybody only walks on the road, if he does not take any turn, in that case we have to use along. So for this reason we say go along this road. That is to say that we are indicating someone to walk on the road only, and he or she should not cross the road. Okay. So at the time of only walking or moving, we should use along. Okay. Next example. Go across this road. What does it mean? It means that the person to whom we are telling go across, we are saying go across, he should not only walk on the road, he should cross the road. So, at the time of crossing the road, at the time of crossing any road, we have to use across. And at the time of only walking or moving on the road, we have to use along. I think that you have understood clearly. Okay. Next number, please. By, beside, past. By, beside, past. These two preposition is very much important, I think. Okay. Now let us see. While we can use by, while we can use past. Okay. By, beside indicates staying near. Is staying near. If anybody stays near anybody, in that case we have to use by or beside. Example is, here is an example, please. She sat by me. She sat by me. That is to say that she was near me. She was not far away from me. She was near me. And in the time of using past, okay, at the time of using past, we have to know that at the time of crossing anybody, or passing somebody, we should use or we have to use the word past. Okay, the example is, he went past me. That is to say that he crossed me. He does not sit beside me. He did not sit beside me. He crossed me. So at the time of crossing away, we have to use past. But at the time of staying nearby, we have to use by or beside. Okay? Clear? Next number. Today's the last number, number 20. At the end, in the end. This is very important to you, because we have to repeatedly use these two words at the end, in the end. So naturally the question arises, how to use at the end, when to use in the end. Okay, when to use in the end, when to use at the end. Okay, at the end indicate, okay, there is a formula for you. At the end plus or plus something of the time. You have to use this formula, you have to know this formula. At the end plus or plus something or time. Okay, example, at the end of the story. At the end of the story. At the end of July. Here is the time, here is the story. So, at the time of using at the end, you have to use this formula. On the other hand, in the end plus no words. That is to say that the word in the end does not take any word after it. It is used alone. Here we can't use any word after the word in the end. But after the word at the end, we have to use or plus something of the time. So this is the differences between at the end or in the end. So, dear students, here is the ending of my today's class, and see you again in my next class. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.